Right, first of all, can I just alert you to sort of housekeeping, the fire action rules. Okay, so I'll go through this because I have to, and also it's because I did do it. Right, if you discover a fire, 1. Immediately operate nearest alarm call point. 2. Attack fire if possible with appliances provided but without taking personal risks. 3. On hearing alarm of fire, and the signers will sign to those with hearing difficulties. 3. The deputy building controller will call the fire brigade immediately by exchange phone. Lift receiving phone 999 to operate your telephone number after the fire. When the fire brigade replies, give call distinctly fire at 128 Devils Road, Holborn, WC1 TX 8TM. Do not replace receiver until the address has been repeated. There we go. Repeated by fire brigade. Call fire brigade immediately to every fire or suspicion of fire. Leave building and report to person in charge of assembly point in Boswell Street, which is the street to the left of the, to the right of the front of the building. Use nearest available exit. Do not use lift. Do not stop to collect personal belongings. Do not re-enter the building. Thanks a lot. Okay, that's that out of the way. So now we get down to the business of the night. Once again, welcome. I'm Sean McGovern. I'm a member of Unite. I'm also a co-chair of TEC Disabled Workers Committee. I'm a member of DPAC and a lot of other things. I'm chairing tonight, as you see. United Kingdom Disability History Month, which this is, by the way, sorry, well, this is actually the fifth. This is the 5th event for the History Month, and it was set up when the coalition government came into power back in 2010, when it became clear that this government we have was going to water down the Equality Act, and we've learned to our misfortune a lot of other things as well. So they're supported by 85 national unions, disabled people's organisations for disabled people, local councils, museums and disability arts organisations. You know, I'd say in the 5 years it's been going, it's really punching well above its weight now. The UK Disability History Month aims at the key purpose of the month will be to raise awareness of the unequal position of disabled people in society and to advocate disability equality, to develop an understanding of the historical roots of this inequality, to highlight the significance of disabled people's struggles for equality and inclusion and the social model of disability, to publicise and argue for the implementation of the equality for disabled people. And this year's theme is War and Impairment and the Social Consequences of Disablement. And UK Disability History Month, like the TC, supports the social model of disability, whereby it's not the impairments that are the main problem, but the barriers that society presents to people with long-term impairments, such as negative attitudes, environmental and organisational barriers. UK Disability History Month sees no glory in war, no triumphalism. We had the 800,000 red poppies at the Tower of London for those from the UK and Empire killed in the 52 months of the First World War. Where was the remembrance of the 2.5 million who returned with long-term impairments? They seem to be in the forgotten masses. Rather than a land fit for heroes, it was more out of sight, out of mind if you had been disabled by that conflict. Yet the experience of these disabled veterans who were subjected to patronising attitudes and charity framed the rights-based response to disabled people for most of the next century, 100 years, until the last government and the coalition government began to dismantle disabled people's provision. the extra that is needed to create a level playing field. So tonight we have a range of speakers. I'm looking around for the ones that are on top of the list, and they're not quite arrived yet. So I'm going to go straight on to Mo. Mo Stewart.